Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. A measuring instrument for measuring and indicating a quantity such as the thickness of wire or the amount of rain, etc. Accepted or approved instance or example of a quantity or quality against which others are judged or measured or compared. Diameter of a tube or gun barrel. Adapt to a specified measurement. Gauge the instruments. Determine the capacity, volume, or contents of by measurement and calculation. Gauge the wine barrels. Measure precisely and against a standard. The wire is gauged. Mix in specific proportions. Gauge plaster. Rub to a uniform size. Gauge bricks. The distance between the rails of a railway or between the wheels of a train. The thickness of wire. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. Be close or similar. Her results approximate my own. Located close together. Approximate leaves grow together but are not united. Very close in resemblance. Sketched in an approximate likeness. Not quite exact or correct. The approximate time was 10 o'clock. Judge to be probable. An approximate calculation of quantity or degree or worth. An estimate of what it would cost. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. I estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. A judgment of the qualities of something or somebody. Many factors are involved in any estimate of human life. The respect with which a person is held. A document appraising the value of something, as for insurance or taxation. A statement indicating the likely cost of some job. He got an estimate from the car repair shop. An estimate based on little or no information. Guess correctly. Solve by guessing. He guessed the right number of beans in the jar and won the prize. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. Expect, believe, or suppose. I guess she is angry at me for standing her up. A message expressing an opinion based on incomplete evidence. Put forward, of a guess, in spite of possible refutation. I am guessing that the price of real estate will rise again. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. Pronounce judgment on. Form a critical opinion of. I cannot judge some works of modern art. An authority who is able to estimate worth or quality. Put on trial or hear a case and sit as the judge at the trial of. The judge tried both father and son in separate trials. A public official authorized to decide questions brought before a court of justice. Determine the result of a competition. A measuring instrument for measuring and indicating a quantity such as the thickness of wire or the amount of rain, etc. Street names for marijuana. Place a bet on. Accepted or approved instance or example of a quantity or quality against which others are judged or measured or compared. Make a hole, especially with a pointed power or hand tool. A high wave, often dangerous, caused by tidal flow, as by colliding tidal currents or in a narrow estuary. Cause to be bored. A hole or passage made by a drill, usually made for exploratory purposes. A person who evokes boredom. Diameter of a tube or gun barrel. A degree or grade of excellence or worth. An executive of low caliber. Diameter of a tube or gun barrel. A degree or grade of excellence or worth. Diameter of a tube or gun barrel. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Predict in advance. Have faith or confidence in. Specifically design a product, event, or activity for a certain public. Judge to be probable. Keep an account of. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A mathematical element that when added to another number yields the same number. A secret method of writing. Convert ordinary language into code. A message written in a secret code. A quantity of no importance. A person of no influence. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A mathematical element that when added to another number yields the same number. A secret method of writing. Convert ordinary language into code. A message written in a secret code. A quantity of no importance. A person of no influence. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration. Judge to be probable. Be or play a part of or in. Elections figure prominently in every government program. A diagram or picture illustrating textual material. A decorative or artistic work. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The figure was about 1,000. A well-known or notable person. She is an important figure in modern music. Alternative names for the body of a human being. Imagine, conceive of, see in one's mind. Language used in a figurative or non-literal sense. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A combination of points and lines and planes that form a visible palpable shape. A model of a bodily form, especially of a person. He made a figure of Santa Claus. An amount of money expressed numerically. A figure of $17 was suggested. A predetermined set of movements in dancing or skating. She made the best score on compulsory figures. A unitary percept having structure and coherence that is the object of attention and that stands out against a ground. The impression produced by a person. He cut a fine figure. Understand. He didn't figure her. Have faith or confidence in. Judge to be probable. Take account of. You have to reckon with our opponents. Expect, believe, or suppose. Deem to be. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Work out in detail. Find the solution to a problem or question, or understand the meaning of. Come up with. Do physical exercise. Give a workout to. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Be calculated. The fees work out to less than $1,000. Happen in a certain way, leading to, producing, or resulting in a certain outcome, often well. Instrument that shows the extent or amount or quantity or degree of something. Instrument that shows the extent or amount or quantity or degree of something. Instrument that shows the extent or amount or quantity or degree of something. A basis for comparison. A reference point against which other things can be evaluated. The ideal in terms of which something can be judged. A statute in draft before it becomes law. How much there is or how many there are of something that you can quantify. A basis for comparison. A reference point against which other things can be evaluated. They set the measure for all subsequent work. Any maneuver made as part of progress toward a goal. The situation called for strong measures. Determine the measurements of something or somebody, take measurements of. The act or process of assigning numbers to phenomena according to a rule. The measurements were carefully done. Express as a number or measure or quantity. Prosody. The accent in a metrical foot of verse. Measuring instrument having a sequence of marks at regular intervals. Used as a reference in making measurements. Musical notation for a repeating pattern of musical beats. Evaluate or estimate the nature, quality, ability, extent, or significance of. A container of some standard capacity that is used to obtain fixed amounts of a substance. Have certain dimensions. This table surfaces measures 20 inches by 36 inches. A basis for comparison. A reference point against which other things can be evaluated. The schools comply with federal standards. Any distinctive flag. Conforming to the established language usage of educated native speakers. Standard English. The ideal in terms of which something can be judged. They live by the standards of their community. The value behind the money in a monetary system. Regularly and widely used or sold. A standard size. A board measure equals 1980 board feet. An upright pole or beam, especially one used as a support. Distance was marked by standards every mile. Commonly used or supplied. Standard procedure. Conforming to or constituting a standard of measurement or value, or of the usual or regularized or accepted kind. Windows of standard width. Established or well-known or widely recognized as a model of authority or excellence. A standard reference work. A basis for comparison. A reference point against which other things can be evaluated. The length of a straight line passing through the center of a circle and connecting 2 points on the circumference. A straight line connecting the center of a circle with 2 points on its perimeter, or the center of a sphere with 2 points on its surface. The length of a straight line passing through the center of a circle and connecting 2 points on the circumference. Cause to conform to standard or norm. Evaluate by comparing with a standard. cause to conform to standard or norm. The weights and measures were standardized. Evaluate by comparing with a standard. Get to know or become aware of, usually accidentally. Find out, learn, or determine with certainty, usually by making an inquiry or other effort. Find out if he speaks Russian. Trap, especially in an error or in a reprehensible act. Establish after a calculation, investigation, experiment, survey, or study. The act of discovering something. Come upon, as if by accident, meet with. We find this idea in Plato. Discover or determine the existence, presence, or fact of. Come to believe on the basis of emotion, intuitions, or indefinite grounds. I find him to be obnoxious. Perceive or be contemporaneous with. Get or find back. Recover the use of. Accept and make use of one's personality, abilities, and situation. My son went to Berkeley to find himself. Make a discovery. Receive a specified treatment, abstract. These aspects of civilization do not find expression or receive an interpretation. A productive insight. Establish after a calculation, investigation, experiment, survey, or study. Find the product of two numbers. Make a discovery, make a new finding. Get something or somebody for a specific purpose. Decide on and make a declaration about. Find someone guilty. Come upon after searching. Find the location of something that was missed or lost. Did you find your glasses? Obtain through effort or management. Perceive oneself to be in a certain condition or place. Succeed in reaching. Arrive at. Decide upon or fix definitely. Reach, make, or come to a decision about something. Find out, learn, or determine with certainty, usually by making an inquiry or other effort. Establish after a calculation, investigation, experiment, survey, or study. Shape or influence. Give direction to. Experience often determines ability. Fix conclusively or authoritatively. Settle conclusively. Come to terms. Fix in scope. Fix the boundaries of. The tree determines the border of the property.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.